Hey, what's up? I'm glad you made it here. This is Rodolfo Vieira, and this is arguably the most comprehensive and profitable betting channel on YouTube. I have experience of betting MMA and UFC for 9+ years, and I'll be here sharing my betting strategy for the upcoming events, in this particular case for UFC Fight Night 184, Holloway versus Kattar, the main card. If you're interested in the prelims video, take a look in the description. I have added a link to that. Everything is recorded, and I'm keeping track of everything I'm doing from July 2020, so you guys can see the consistency here. But before continuing, I would like just to add a caveat here. These are not betting recommendations. This is neither can be classified as an investment. Betting involves high risk, and in case you want to proceed and you want to follow what I'm saying here, this is your full responsibility, your full accountability. So also take that into account. Now, if you've been following me and you trust my analysis, trust my results from previous times, and you're interested in as a more personalized approach, there is my email in the about of this channel. Drop me an email. I'll be sharing with you the next steps to join my VIP list. All right. Like I said, in this video, I'll be first showing the results from previous fights, from previous events. You know, my tracking, like I discussed. And then I'll be doing the main card predictions for UFC Fight Night 184, Holloway versus Kattar, or UFC on ABC 1, UFC on ESPN Plus 42, depends on the name of the event. Again, if you want to show your support to this channel, please like this video, subscribe, share with your friends, and enjoy the analysis, and good luck with your bets. So a little bit of the results from actually from the previous year here, guys. I haven't done yet the video, but I'll be wrapping up everything. If you don't know where I come from the 60% return of investment, or how can I say that I have 341% of profit, everything is recorded, like I said. So take a look in this channel, there are everything playlists, so you can take a look and verify it yourself. All right. So the charts and everything, I don't have anything for this year because basically no event has happened yet, but this I'm gonna be filling out as the events go on. So like I said, I'm gonna be now covering the main card for UFC Fight Night 184, Holloway versus Kattar. If you're interested in the prelims, take a look in the description of the video, and there's the link to it. Ricky Simon versus Brian Kelleher. Guys, this is an interesting fight. Both of these guys are excellent fighters, you know. Simon, he's a very intense guy, you know. He comes out hard and fast, and he's very consistent. He's very physically strong, so he goes hard and fast, but he goes all the time like that, you know. This guy has like on the 5th gear 100% of the time. He's very tough. He has great chin, great resistance. He's a great wrestler. He can chain wrestle. He can use the power, the strength to back it up. In terms of striking, he likes to throw leather. He's got very good power on the overhand, on the left hooks. He goes to the body. He can throw straight punches too. Not much his thing, but he can. And yeah, on the other side we have Brian Kelleher, which is quite similar, I could argue, with Ricky Simon. Kelleher, he doesn't have that much physical strength as Simon has. You know, Simon also I think is 28, whereas Brian Kelleher is now 34. And but Brian Kelleher has the experience. He's has over 30 fights. This guy strikes also very well, very accurate with the overhand, with the left hook to the temple. Great leg kicks, calf kicks to the head. He also got good switch kick. He can kick to the body. He can wrestle too. You know, he's a good wrestler. And defensively, he's a little bit better than Ricky Simon. He moves better with the footwork, better defense, moves the head better too. So this is not an easy fight to call, guys. Sorry, I'm just updating here. So the pick is Simon by decision, and but this is not an easy fight to call. Like I said, I think Simon has the physical strength. I see him more likely, you know, getting to Brian Kelleher's face, start landing the bombs, start getting Kelleher to the ground. Kelleher has a good takedown defense, has good scrambling ability, but I think Simon so intense and so strong that I think gonna be tough for Kelleher. But still, Kelleher, like I told you guys, he's the better technical striker. He moves better and he has more creativity, so this is interesting. And the problem that I have Simon, why I'm not so confident on Simon, because he tends to fire his strikes while holding his feet together, you know. And by that I mean he's not moving too much. Actually, his base is pretty good, it's pretty solid, so I'm sorry if I misspoke that, but the thing is that he doesn't move much, so it's easier that Kelleher catches Simon than Simon catching Kelleher. But on the other hand, it takes one from Simon and a rest from Kelleher. Gonna take a little bit more than one, you know. So still, I would be going with Simon by decision. I think it's the safest pick. Now, if you like Kelleher by decision, also it's not a bad bet. I would try to find this kind of price, which I think it's quite difficult. But both of these guys are super tough, so I think it's tough to finish each other. But there's a chance. I would go either way TKO plus 700 or even submission plus 800. So take a look on these prop bets for this fight. Ramazan Emeev versus David Zawada. Guys, honestly, Emeev, he has all the tools to win this fight. He has the technique, he has the wrestling, he has the sambo, has the accuracy. So this guy, he's a complete fighter. He's a force in the welterweight division. The problem of this guy is, in his critique, as always, and he has never fixed that yet, is that he's too passive. He doesn't throw enough. He doesn't seem to care that when he fights, he doesn't seem to care to finish the opponent and whatnot. David Zawada, on the other hand, he's a quite intensive guy. He likes to come forward fast and hard, especially in the first round. He's got good size for the division, quite long arms, so he's got the leverage to do damage. He's got good power, and he's got also a well-rounded game, like good wrestling, good BJJ. But if I'm gonna be honest, Emeev should be able to stuff all those takedowns quite easily. He's gonna be able to time him, Zawada in, avoid the shots, So I think it's a tough fight for Zawada, but Emeev, he cares so little to win the fight that I think this somehow can be closed. That's why I think there is some money coming on Zawada. So I would say there's a chance, quite a decent chance for Zawada. So that's why I'm picking Emeev by decision. But if you guys see how I'd like to bet, I would take Emeev by decision at this price, but Zawada by decision at this price, which is quite similar. I would take it because, like I said, this can be a slow-paced fight and can go either way, just based on lack of activity from Emeev's side. Now Emeev has a good chance also to finish this in the later rounds, as Zawada starts fast, so I don't think round 1 or round 2 is likely, but round 3, so a combined bet here, Emeev, like a prop bet on round 3 plus decision on Emeev, maybe worth it too. So take a look into that, or just go for this line. If you find this line, this may be very, very possible to find. Take a stab on it. Don't go crazy, of course, because most likely, like I said, it's Emeev by decision. But there is some value here. If this guy accumulates some damage, he has enough power also to put David Zawada out. Sara McMann versus Juliana Penna. Tough fight to call, guys. Sara McMann, she has all the tools in the world to be the champion. She's got the power, she's got the strength, the elite wrestling. She's got, I think, the best hands in the division. You can make a case for Amanda Nunes, obviously, but I think McMann, she has such a athleticism and such a natural skill that I think she's one of the best. But the problem of this girl honestly is that she questions herself, she questions her ability so much that this shows in the fight. And for some reason, if she cannot finish the other girl quickly, or if she starts getting second guessing herself, she just drops the fight and she starts making lots of mistakes. She makes mistakes on the ground, on the feet, start eating strikes. She kind of gives up on the fight if that happens, So it's a little bit of a front runner, McMann is. Now Juliana Penna, she's a little bit the opposite. She's not the most technical fighter in the world, but she's such a, ferocious competitor. She comes forward hard. She doesn't care getting hit. She's gonna give it back. She's gonna shoot the way she can, Not the best wrestling in the world, but she will use her strength. She will try to, basically force the issue. In terms of grappling, Penna is pretty good, and actually in a pure grappling matchup, I would favor Penna just a little bit. Obviously if she's on top, if McMann on top, McMann has advantage, but Penna on top, she also has got a good advantage. Plus Penna has more skills, on the ground than McMann is. So this fight is pretty interesting because of what I said. McMann, she doesn't believe in herself too much, plus she doesn't have the grappling. And Juliana Penna, she believes in herself so much, she has a lot of confidence and she has the grappling. Plus Penna gonna keep coming forward, and if McMann second guesses herself, I think Penna gonna take over. So that's why, guys, I'm picking Penna by decision. Now in terms of bet, I would say the best bet by far would be Penna as a live bet, because like I said, McMann is a little bit of a front runner. If she cannot win the race, she will drop. So I think Penna by live bet is the best, or either girl by decision, submission. Penna can finish McMann, whereas I think it's less chance that McMann finishes Penna. And take a look on this round betting on Penna. I think basically she can finish any time. So this is a difficult fight predict, but I think I'm gonna be going with Penna. I think she's the more consistent girl in these fights. Plus McMann is now 40. She doesn't show it obviously because she's such a physical girl. But I think this also can affect her mind game. This is basically the problem that I have with Sara McMann. Omari Akhmedov versus Tom Breese. Another interesting fight, a tough fight to call, because Breese, he doesn't have much experience, and in the past he used it to not to perform so well. And I still have some questions on Tom Breese. I'm not that convinced that he's gonna be showing up at his best. He's in the middleweight now. He has the size, don't get me wrong. He's a tall, he's quite long, not that long in terms of arms, but his legs are pretty long. He's also quite strong for the division. He's also, I think he's probably 29. So this guy is also pretty young still. And he likes the boxing. He's a great boxer. This is his thing. But he has good BJJ, not bad takedowns as well. So this guy has evolved quite a lot, and he had a long layoff of 2 years. Then he had 2 fights. One he lost quite quickly, and the second he won quite quickly. So it's tough to say how well he's gonna perform in the later rounds. And we're gonna see Akhmedov, which is a compact, very strong middleweight, great sambo wrestling, very powerful overhands, left hooks, good leg kicks. This guy throws a lot of strikes. If Tom Breese is gonna sleep on him, gonna carry the chin up, Akhmedov gonna start going for that overhand, 100% sure. He's gonna shoot, he's gonna try to go physical against Tom Breese. So this is actually a very good fight. It's a very good test for either of these guys, and whoever comes on top most likely is gonna be in like top 15, top 10 of the division. All right. So actually, I'm gonna be picking Akhmedov. I think he's got more experience and he's got more tools here. I think he's more physical, even though he's not that tall. I think he has more physical power to his advantage, plus the wrestling. Of course, I'm giving a good weight on the sambo wrestling. So I think he can land some overhands, take Breese down. From top he has advantage, and I'm not sure. I think Breese, he can surprise me here. I think Breese could be able to use lots of footwork, 1-2s, damage this guy, and make this guy's life very difficult to get inside and whatnot. But still, I'm gonna be going with Akhmedov. I think I'm gonna be rewarding consistency in this one. Now, in terms of bet, either guy by decision at this price or TKO, Breese has more chances of TKO. I'll give him that. The main event, Max Holloway versus Calvin Kattar. This is an excellent fight. Both of these guys are elite. I'm a fan of either of these guys. Holloway, this guy's a former champion in the featherweight division. He defeated Jose Aldo. He's still at his best. Don't get it wrong. Don't think that he's gonna show up in another good version of him. Actually, I think he's gonna show up with great improvements. I think he still has a championship mentality. He improved a lot on his last fight against Alexander Volkanovski. I think he won that fight. It was a split decision, but I think he won. And he's still one of the best. I like a lot the way he uses his striking ability. He feints better than Calvin Kattar does. He does a better job, of getting in and out, hitting an angle, strike again, avoid the shots. So he has more flow to his style. Calvin Kattar is a great fighter himself. Very good kickboxing, especially very good boxing. He has quite a bit too much weight on the front leg to my liking in MMA. But still, he's got sharp jab, powerful overhand, powerful straight punches, great overall skills. So both of these guys are elite fighters. There's no question about it. But I think Holloway is still on a different level. I like the flow of his movements. Even though he carries that chin a little bit high, I think he has got good defense, and that chin is so strong, still so strong, especially in the featherweight division. Kattar has a good chin himself, big guy himself, probably has the reach or has the same reach, but Holloway is a little bit taller. But still, guys, this could be close, but I think Holloway gonna be able to use better his tools, more leg kicks, more in and out, more angles, and gonna be able to edge Kattar in a decision. That's why I have Holloway by decision. I would take Holloway by decision at plus 250 or Kattar by decision plus 400. I think there's very much value here if you can find this line. Either way, of either of these guys at plus 150, there's probably value. I'm not sure gonna be able to find these lines because I think everybody expects that this goes to the decision. But one bet that you may be able to find is either of these guys round 4, round 5 at this price. There is a chance because I think nobody expects this fight ends, and I think if it's gonna end, gonna be in the later rounds as both get tired, as both accumulate a lot of damage. Could happen that either of these guys finish each other in the end, you know. I'd say Holloway has more chances, but Kattar does himself, you know. So guys, this will wrap up for this event. I hope you guys are enjoying this. If you do, please like, subscribe, share with your friends. And just to wrap up everything we have covered up until this point, in this so if you're interested in prelims, take a look in the video in the description. The fights that we covered here were, this was prelims, all prelims so far. Sara McMann versus Juliana Penna. I'm picking Penna. I would like to bet Penna at plus 150 if I can get that. I don't think so, so I'm gonna skip this fight. So many questions, but my pick is Penna. Then we spoke about Ramazan and Emeev versus David Zawada. The pick is Emeev, but I'm not too convinced on Emeev's output. I'd like a decision bet in either of these guys, especially Zawada. I think the price is gonna be better in Zawada. Rick Simon versus Brian Kelleher. Pick Simon. I would like to get this at least at minus 150, minus 130. It's a tough fight for Kelleher, in my opinion, you know, even though they are quite similar. Brian Kelleher is the better striker technically, but this guy is so physical that's a tough one. But still, I'm gonna be skipping this fight as of now. This fight was a prelims. Omari Akhmedov versus Tom Breese. The pick is Akhmedov. I'm tempted to bet Akhmedov, but I would like it plus 150, so I'm gonna be waiting to see if the line, you know, rises until there. If not, I'm gonna be skipping this fight. Max Holloway versus Calvin Kattar. My pick is Holloway. I'd like to bet Holloway at minus 130, but I like a prop bet on Holloway by decision at plus money, like plus 250, or even Kattar by decision, or round 5 or round 4, like I discussed in the breakdowns. Alright, so guys, that's what we'll do for this video. Again, please subscribe and like this video, and until next time, this is Rodolfo Vieira, bring the best, most consistent and transparent betting strategy for you.